What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome on in to Wake Up and Ball, your favorite morning show on the internet. I'm sure that's true. Welcome back. It's Roundtable Sports Network, powered by BetUS. Shout out to Tony Dow and everybody in the chat. We already got JD the Great. Same morning, fellas. Young Buck, Knock Andrew, Chris, Derek. Shout out to everybody that is tuning into the chat right now. We're going to get into a lot of things across the NFL and of the leagues right now. So smash that like button. Let's get into it. TD, good morning.
Good morning, Richie. I hope you're having a great start to your morning. So are you you're still house sitting, huh?
Yep. Still house sitting. There's a dog sitter
I
coming
see.
here over the weekend, so I'm going back to my apartment today.
Nice, man. But hey, man, listen, we still got a lot going on in the football world, but the NBA is cranking up a little bit more. Get into that. Shout out to your boy Brunson. Had a nice night. We'll talk about that as well. Look at Richie. You know, when he New York down, he feeling pride. You know, we already know there's only one reason you wore that hat. There's only one reason you're sipping out that mug. Like, stop, Richie.
Hey, this is Mets.
But still, you're feeling pride for your city after last night. Why don't you tell us, man? We can open this up with the Knicks, with the thriller comeback victory. Brunson in his fourth quarter heroics, just putting the team on his back. Salute to him, man. You know, the Knicks got this in them. You know, the only problem with the Knicks, they're a great team. They just aren't the greatest team. Well, talk to me, man. How you felt about last night?
I think it's a big overreaction of last weekend of them losing to the Cavs and Celtics, in my opinion, even amongst just Knicks fans. Not even like I'm not even talking about the NBA media and the other fans, like Knicks fans themselves. Listen, last night, the Philadelphia 76ers, first of all, they are bad. They're on an 8-game losing streak. They're not a good basketball team. And by the way, TD, it wasn't a comeback win for the Knicks. It was they were up by 18 points. 76ers came all the way back somehow, took the lead in the fourth, and then that's when Brunson put on a Superman cape and was like, no, this is not happening. And then he scored 9 straight points himself, which was really, really cool to see. I mean, Jalen Brunson is a front runner to win Clutch Player of the Year, and I think that is something that we need to talk about because I've never had this much confidence, TD, in my life winning games late in the stretch since Jalen Brunson became a Knick. I used to have the opposite feeling of when that's 2 or 4 minutes left, tight game. I have nobody to trust to go get a bucket to win. Now I do. And Jalen Brunson has that poise, that demeanor, that confidence in himself where I have that confidence now because of him. And it's awesome because that's been a player that I've been absolutely joy to watch. He's the captain of the city of New York. Without Karl-Anthony Towns last night, he needed to step in and be that guy in the clutch. And he did. 9 straight points unanswered. And there's a cool little clip that you should see that happened last night. Jalen Brunson's clutch 3-pointer. Carmelo Anthony was at the game sitting courtside underneath the basket, and he was basically coaching. And Josh Hart was in the corner, and Brunson was on the wing about to shoot. And Josh Hart needed to clear, basically like go through, like create space for Brunson. And you see Melo like waving Hart, like go. And then Hart goes through, and then Brunson pops a 3, and then Melo's like, getting all pumped up. Like that was a cool moment because Melo was like my childhood hero. And then I see like him like coaching this Knicks team and then seeing Brunson hit that 3, who's like my now hero. So that was just a cool little moment for the Knicks last night. But listen, man, it's just a regular win.
So what I'm hearing, y'all don't have a coach.
Yeah, Thibodeau is on the hot seat on Knicks fans' minds.
Y'all don't like Tibbs?
Nah, bro, I'll tell you right now, Knicks fans don't. They haven't liked Tibbs like for a minute. It's just not new. If you tap into the Knicks community and you make a poll, I bet you would be 50-50 or something like that about Tibbs. People just don't believe he's good enough to get over the hump in the playoffs. They believe the minutes police. He drives people into the ground, and his scheme is just outdated. I think Tom Thibodeau deserves more credit. He's a coach of the year. He's got this Knicks team to like playoff success and got them to where we're at, but he's got to get over the hump. If the Knicks get bounced in the first round or in the second round, there's going to be a lot of talking heads about Thibodeau, even though he just got an extension.
Yeah, what's up with Cat though, man? What's going on with that?
Yeah, he just got hurt against the Boston Celtics, and that's the thing about Thibodeau. He got hurt against the Celtics, hurt his knee. He's on the sideline, or the bench, in agony. And then Thibodeau's like, "Cat, in the game." Goes back in the game after getting hurt, and then he's out this game. So that's why that's the thing that people hate about Tibbs. Like, why would Tibbs put Cat back in the game after getting hurt? Why would they? And also the game was out of reach. It wasn't like it was a close game. You needed Cat. The game was out of reach. It was 5 minutes left. That's the thing that people hate about Tom Thibodeau. But Karl-Anthony Towns has been playing phenomenal basketball. He just got to stay healthy, and the knee is nothing serious. It's just something that he's got to get through, and this Knicks team got to stay healthy. But the good news is we are getting our Mitchell Robinson back on Friday, tomorrow, for the first time this season, and that's going to be a completely different element to this Knicks basketball team that I'm excited about.
Yeah, but how long is Cat out?
It's day to day. It's nothing long term.
Okay, so it's not a big deal.
He was warming up before the game.
A week or two.
Yeah, he was warming up before the game, trying to test it out, but they're playing it safe. There was no Joel Embiid last night to worry about, so let's just let him rest against, a lackluster 76ers squad. And we were dominating all game, and then the Sixers got a little hot a little bit and took the lead back, and I was like, oh, my God, if they lose this game I was watching that last night. I'm like, no, please, please don't. And then Brunson's like, don't worry, folks, I got him. And just seeing that demeanor in Brunson, his energy, man, it's just like, that's my guy. It feels good to have a face of the franchise like Brunson, man. It really does.
Interesting. Listen, man, we still got a lot of football to go, but
I want to show you a graphic.
Basketball. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead while I pull it up.
We still got a lot of basketball to go in the season, but at the end of the day, it's just going to be interesting how it fares out. I'm actually excited about the NBA playoffs this year, the matchups, the possible matchups. I want to see if the Knicks get an opportunity to face the Celtics, or will it be Cleveland? Who's going to rise above those situations?
It's going to be Knicks Celtics in round 2. That's the way it's situated. I think it's going to be Cleveland first seed, Celtics second seed, Knicks third seed. And the way that's bracketed, if the Celtics and the Knicks win the first round matchups, they're going to face off.
Who's 4 and 5 to you, when it's all said and done? Because how's Orlando doing after that nice start?
Orlando is kind of not. They're in limbo. They're the 7th seed. The team that's the hottest team right now in the East. You know who's the hottest team?
It can't be
outside of the Cavs or the Celtics. Besides those two, that's below the Knicks in the East.
The Pistons.
Yeah. The Detroit Pistons have won 8 in a row. They're the 6th seed right now. If the season ended today, the Knicks would face off against the Pistons in round 1.
Yeah, I noticed that. They beat Boston last night.
Yeah, they did. How about that? 33-20.
Beat them by 19, I think.
Yeah, they're a fun team, man. You talk about Cade Cunningham as an all-star. That's one of those teams that built, through the draft and then added some veterans. And how about Detroit, man? The Lions and now the Pistons. Maybe the Tigers are up next. I wanted to show you this graphic, though, because this is what New York is about. You don't see this graphic on any other city. Fox Sports came out with their ranking of the top 10 New York athletes. What's your thoughts of this? What's your thoughts, TD?
Blasphemy. Well, it's somebody they left off, right?
I don't know why Devontae Adams is on there. He's gone. Who they leave off? Rodgers?
Oh, wait. I see what's happening here. Not the state of New York, the city of New York.
Yeah. This is why, everyone's like, oh, the New Jersey, the Bills are real New York. The Bills are not a New York team. I'm sorry. I don't, if there are any Bills fans in the chat, I'm sorry. You're not a New York team. New York means the city. Okay, if you're close to the city.
They're a New York team. They're not a New York team.
They're a Canada team.
They're a New York team. They're just not a New York team. You got to stop trying to disown them, Richie. They're in the state.
Look, this is proof. I mean, they're not including Josh Allen in this. He should be. If the Bills were included, if the Bills were a New York team, Josh Allen is 100% on this.
But they should have said biggest athletes currently playing in New York. Put the comma NY at the end.
Nah, but this is New York.
It's the city of New York, man.
Like, no, look at all these teams: New York Mets, New York Yankees, New York
they're
Knicks,
all
New York
they're all in
Jets, New York, not
they're
Buffalo.
all in the New York area, the city.
No, but they're labeled New York, all of them. That's what it's called. It's called Buffalo Bills, not New York Bills. That's the difference.
Yeah, I get it. I guess.
So what's your thoughts of it, though? I think the top 5 is pretty good, but then it gets a little weird after that.
Mm.
Look at me, though. 4 of the top 5 are on my teams. Woo! Running New York City, man. 4 of the top 5 are on my teams.
I get the Juan Soto. I get the Judge. You know what? I'm gonna put some respect
By the
on
way,
Brunson.
before we get by Soto and Judge, Yankees fans, that makes them mad. They think Judge should be 1 over Soto, by the way.
Nah, I think this is the right order for now.
And then what were you saying?
Brunson is proper. Francisco.
Woo.
I would have put Malik Neighbors. I would have put Malik Neighbors up there.
Oh, over Lindor? Okay.
Yeah, man. Malik Neighbors is the future, man. He's the future.
You're trolling. You don't know what Lindor did last year. He literally put the team on his back of a bad baseball team. The Mets had no business being in the NLCS. He's a winner.
Good for him. Good for him.
What has Malik Neighbors done to even be 6?
Listen, he played in New York for the Giants.
Francisco Lindor, literally, you didn't watch any baseball last year, of course, but the Mets, in the middle of the season, Lindor had a slump the first half, and then the second half, he became an MVP. He was the second in MVP voting, and you're saying a rookie of Malik Neighbors who's accomplished nothing deserves to be over him?
Yeah, Malik Neighbors is going to be the future of New York. But why is Sauce even on here?
Because he's the future of New York. That's what I'm saying, bro. You just forget what Sauce Gardner accomplished in his first 2.
Yeah, we're not in the first 2. We're in that.
And what he did last year, too. Like, you also discredit, like, his season last year in your eyes is just, like, trash. Like, it wasn't
bad,
trash.
Richie. It was bad.
He gave up, like, the least amount of passing yards in the league. Maybe not number 1, but, like, top 3 still. He gave up maybe a touchdown. Like, I don't understand what makes you think the season was so bad.
It was bad, Richie.
All right.
But yeah, it's a nice little list. But I mean,
think Garrett Wilson deserves to be on here.
Yeah, this list probably doesn't compare to some cities, but yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't, man. That's what it's about. This is the biggest athletes. That's what they say. The biggest athletes. I don't know. So we'll see. You don't see these graphics in any other city because we are the best city. New York. We run this thing.
They forgot Aaron Rodgers.
I love how Giancarlo Stanton's on here. Pete Alonso made it. Shout out. Devontae Adams, I think, is definitely going to be off of this list. The Mets brought back Pete Alonso, which makes me very, very happy. So we'll see, man. Baseball's coming up, TD.
I see.
You got to start getting your
we got to get some in.
Let's do it. All right, folks.
Hit
that like button. We have a super chat from my boy, NY Jets Indy. Where do you add the Q&A Patreon mailroom? So Dan is really the Patreon expert. But so I know that you became a Patreon member, my man. Do you have the link? Did you join our Discord, number 1? Let me ask you that, because there is a Discord link on the Patreon that you should have access to. NY Jets Indy, and then that should give you access to Discord. And then on the Discord, there's a mailbag channel, and that's where you basically ask away your questions. So let me know if you have access to the Discord. If you don't, I can send you the link, my man. Appreciate you, as always. Do it. Let's do it. Bro, you tripping. The Bills aren't even in the Canada, obviously. Richie, you're too young to know anything about Buffalo. I went to college up there, bro. I went to school up in Brockport, which was right by Rochester, right by Buffalo. I went to 4 Buffalo Bills games in Buffalo, Bills-Jets. Wasn't going to Bills games, by the way. It was Jets games in my eyes. So that's really how I look at it. So definitely I know what I'm talking about. Come on. My boy Nick said Brunson, LOL. Yeah, Brunson. What do you mean Brunson, LOL? What's going on? The Knicks and Jets are bros. People can't remember the last time they won a chip. At least they have a chip.
Wow.
At least they have a chip. You know what I
How
mean?
you
Come on.
know? How you know Paul? How you know who he a fan of?
I don't. All I know is they have a chip, and that's all I can
Mm.
say. Come on. Let's do it. Woo, let's do it. Buffalo Bills are the only team that plays in New State. Richie is too young to know anything about Buffalo. The only team on that list in New York is the Knicks. Yankees winning it this year.
You know,
New
this is
York.
true. Y'all in Jersey. Y'all in Jersey, Richie.
You can see the city from MetLife Stadium, bro.
Where y'all practice facilities? Jersey.
The Giants facility is right next to MetLife.
Why
The
don't
Jets
you just
facility,
call it the New Jersey Jets?
because we're affiliated with the city, the great city of New York, that you've never been to yet. But you got to change.
Affiliated.
No, we are the city. We are New York, baby. Come on, man. New York City. Man. Stand up. Let's do it.
Are y'all getting a stadium or something like that? Or is that just Buffalo?
I wish. Just Buffalo, man.
Mm.
I wish, man. They had a vote in New York City to get a Jet stadium a few years back. There was Hudson Yards, which was all nothingness, and they're negotiating. Like, the politicians were like, what are we going to build here? And the Jets came in, like, we want to build Jet Stadium. And they had a vote amongst the people of New York City, and they vetoed it.
Wow, was it at least close?
It was in Manhattan.
No, was it close, the vote?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think the people were so scared of the chaos. New York City's already chaotic, and a big stadium like that in there would have caused more. I'm like, give me a break. It's like what, 8 Sundays a year. I mean, obviously there'd be more stuff going on outside of football season, like more stadiums. They have concerts and stuff, but now you go to New York City, you see it. It's beautiful now. They added buildings, but you need more buildings in Manhattan. That's what you need, really?
In Manhattan, that would have been dope. That would actually be nice.
Traffic nightmare, you know what? I mean, my experience with New York City is great because I live on Long Island, and I just hop on the train right in a half hour, 40 minutes, and I'm walking around. Who drives to New York City? Come on, give me a break. I guess if you live in New Jersey or if you live further away, you got to drive in, but to me, I don't even experience New York traffic because I'm taking the trains in, man. It's devastating. But you know what is happening, which is exciting, TD? The Mets are building around their ballpark. The ballpark's called Citi Field. And when the Mets got a brand new owner, Steve Cohen, like I don't know how long it's been, 3 or 4 years ago, and his wife is really active, and they're building around Citi Field. There's all junkyards, like literal like trash. Like there's nothing but just scrap yards. And they've had this project, and they're trying to get a casino license, and they're building like resorts, restaurants, and that's been a big project. So like in the next 5 to 8 years, you go to Mets games, around it is going to be like, you can go there, not even go to a Mets game, and have a great, great time. So that's something exciting. And I'm actually very close to Citi Field. I'm like 25 minutes.
Wasn't there a project in New York close to Central Park that was going to have a casino and everything?
Yeah, the casino license is the issue. Really tough.
Yeah, it was some plan, the big plan proposal. I know Jay-Z was a part of it, where they were trying to it was connected to Central Park. They were trying to have something, some big like arena or something like that, and build hotels and casinos and everything. Yeah. But I don't think it actually went through.
Aqua says Citi Field is the worst location. I couldn't disagree more. The Yankees are in the worst location. The Bronx is brutal. I mean, at least from a Long Islander, like, I guess I'm biased because where I'm located, Citi Field is the most convenient ballpark for me to go to. The Yankee Stadium is a nightmare to get to, the Bronx. So the Citi Field, I guess, at the worst location in terms of what's around it, but I love Queens, and they're building around it, which is fun. But the Knicks have the best location, which is in Manhattan, New York City, Penn Station, Madison Square Garden, the world's most famous arena. NY Jets Indy, is your name Devin? Because I'm just looking at all the Patreon members. I'm assuming that's your name, Devin. And if that is your name, then I'll email you the link. I'm just saying, I want to make sure that's you on the Patreon member. So that's really that. Now, let's get in some other stuff, TD. What's going on around the NFL? It's the Combine. We got a lot of things circulating. I want to get your thoughts about what's the latest you're seeing in the NFL world, because a lot of things going on in the NFL world in the Combine. Anything that comes up, whether it's Matthew Stafford, whether it's these draft picks, any rumors, quarterback, Garrett Wilson.
It's interesting. Do you know what they listed Travis Hunter as at the Combine?
A corner. No?
Not anymore.
Huh?
They have gone back now, and he will be doing everything as a corner and a wide receiver. They added that /WR officially now. So I don't know if a phone call was made, what was happening, but now he's going to the Combine as both. I didn't ask you this. I know you asked me this before, but maybe I forgot your take. How do you see Travis Hunter in the NFL? What would you rather him play?
Yeah, I like Travis Hunter. I think that he has a lot of juice in his game, and I think you can't limit him. I don't think you can box him into one position. That's how I look at it. I think that if you're a player like Travis Hunter caliber, you got to be able to really, I think you can be unique and creative with him as a prospect in the red zone, throw him on the field as a wide receiver. Like, he doesn't have to be on the field every snap on both sides. I think you can kind of work it out where, okay, you got to be very strategic. How many snaps does a starting corner usually play? How many snaps does a starting wide receiver play? And maybe do the math and split it. And be like, Travis Hunter's on the field the same amount of time as these other guys, but it's just playing both sides. I think that's how I would do it as a coach. You'd obviously don't want him like an extra workload, just the risk of injury and risk of everything. But at the same time, he is special. Maybe he can handle that type of workload. Maybe he can handle going out there and playing 15, 20 more snaps than the usual. That's kind of how I would do it. Certain packages, don't limit him into one position.
Interesting. Is this breaking news with Abdul Carter?
What?
He's injured. Last night at the Combine, his medicals came back. He has a stress reaction in his right foot that might need surgery.
Oh, that came out last night. Test today revealed the potential number 1 pick.
He has 2 options. He can have preemptive surgery and have a screw inserted in his right foot. That's an 8-week time frame, and this is from Rosenhall. And the second option, to bypass the surgery and work out in front of scouts at Penn State's Pro Day on March 28th. This decision would prove to NFL teams that he doesn't need the surgery. Ooh.
Wow.
Hey.
All right, he's falling to the Jets at 7 now.
Nah, they don't care. You go get
he's trash.
Listen, as long as you don't get a quarterback that's good, it's all good. Listen, he's another great pass rusher. I mean, everybody get him every year.
We're going to get a quarterback, TD. Woo, we can't get a quarterback. I can't wait. It's finally going to work. But yeah, that's definitely some crazy news. I don't know if that's going to, do you think that's going to make him fall? That's big. That's like a big
people
deal.
Are going to say no, but I don't know. This makes you think twice, though. Now, here's the thing. If he takes option 2 and works out at Penn State for the scouts and show that he doesn't need it, that'll be huge for him. But is he going to elect to do that, or is he going to go have preventative surgery? This is interesting. This is why I would have never even showed up to the Combine.
See, you can't hide that. You got to show up to the Combine, do medical at least.
I don't think he even knew. They looked at it and was like, oh, this is that. I don't even think he knew. I wouldn't have showed up. But yeah,
you got to hide the truth. I mean, come on.
I seriously, I don't think he knew. I think that
Yeah,
he
but
may have
you
felt
realize like,
something.
everybody's got to go to the combine. It's the question is, are you going to play the drills or not? You got to go to the combine because do you realize the benefit of going to the combine? You're meeting with every single
Oh
team.
yeah,
You got to
yeah.
meet with them. This is
Because I
more than
saw
just
Shadura was there.
yeah.
Even though
Even
he's
if you're
not
not
doing it.
participating, you're still there getting interviewed. This is the first time these GMs and coaches get to have sit downs and test their brains. You ever see the hard knocks of
And
like them
yeah. Okay,
testing
you're
their
right.
brain?
And they got to do their medicals. So this was going
Exactly.
to
It's
come out
required, I think.
anyway.
Okay, if you're declared for the draft, you got to go to the combine, but the participation in the drills is optional.
I don't know, Richie. This could hurt him. This could hurt him. His stock. He can fall, man, to 13. I'm just saying.
In other news, last night at the Knicks game, going back to that real quick, look who was sitting courtside in a Mets jersey. You know who that is?
Kyler Murray?
Kyler Murray was at the Knicks game last night wearing a Mets jersey.
They need to trade him fast.
Is he coming to New York? Giants? Jets? I don't know. Probably not. Kyler Murray is a baseball guy.
That craziness.
Obviously, he's a baseball guy. Just
he
is wearing the jersey of my favorite Met player growing up, which I loved, Jose Reyes. But I thought that was an interesting there.
Yeah, Kyler Murray, he's like one of the test subjects for me in the NFL with quarterbacks. I don't believe he's a difference maker. I feel like he's a good quarterback who can make some plays and do some things. But
there is some reporter that did link the Jets to him, and then there was like some. It wasn't linking the Jets. It was a hypothetical, like some options the Jets could explore. It wasn't like there was. Substance.
Arizona need to trade that man. They just wasting time in purgatory, and the Jets. I could see the Jets doing something like that though. There's a lot of
Kyler is better than Tua, though. I agree with Jesse. For sure.
They're two in the same.
No way.
They're on the same level. Kyler has mobility. Tua has better accuracy.
Accuracy.
Yeah, he got better accuracy. Listen, Jesse be hating on Tua, man. Jesse be hating on Tua.
You are as well, man. Come on.
I don't hate. I just tell her how it is. Tua's a good quarterback. He's just like great or elite. So
we'll see. Well, there's a lot of news coming out in the world of the combine. It's exciting, man. It is an exciting time. I feel like the Abdul Carter news is big. I did not see this one coming. Ian Rappaport just came out with his full story on it. And it's I wonder if this is really going to drop him. Oh, no. He's going to drop the 7. There are mixed opinions on whether he needs surgery, and we will figure that out in the near future. Drew Rosenhaus is his agent, too. Your boy.
Yeah, I know. That's interesting, man.
That's devastating. That's devastating, man. So when it comes to other news, I don't know. I'm trying to. And any questions in the chat, you guys let us know. NY Jets Indy, he did enter the Discord. He did say this in the AFC. So where the mailbag is, I'm going to answer this. NY Jets Indy, you should see it in the Patreon. If you see the channel, Patreon mailbag, that's where you should have it. But let me know if you don't have access to it. That's where it should be, the Patreon mailbag. Let me see if you're in there. Can I add you? How do I add? Oh, yeah, he's not in there. So I got to add you to this. I got to add you. Invite members. Copy link. I'm going to add you to it. But what he does have to say, our boy, in the Patreon, TD, where do you want Miami to go at 13?
It's so many different, directions they can go. I'll take the left tackle. I'll take Malaki Starks, I love him. Again, those primary positions, I'll take the best player available in either of them: safety, interior linebacker, left tackle, and defensive tackle. So whoever's available at that point, I'll look at the value and I'll assess it from a standpoint. If I'm Chris Greer, okay, what's on the board? What's the biggest need? And even that biggest need, could we trade down and potentially still address it 5 to 10 picks later? Because I would like the Dolphins to get more assets. I would like to see us get back into the second round. I think this draft is loaded with second, third round, and some fourth round talent that could be first round talent. A lot of scouts, a lot of people, analysts talk about this draft right here. It's weird in the sense that guys who are projected in the third and fourth round, they are not a huge drop off from these first round prospects. They are not these massive drop offs. So the health of the league is huge. So I like Malaki Starks, but with the Armstead information, we could be going best left tackle available. So there you have it.
Best left tackle available. NY Jets Indy, I just sent you a link on Discord privately of the Patreon mailbag channel you can join. So definitely go check that out. That's where you want to send this out. Did you guys hear about the Rapp and Schulz beef yesterday? I did. Now, you know, Jordan Schulz is an insider for Fox.
Okay.
And he's the one that went out there and reported that Tom Brady and Matthew Stafford was in Montana talking about a potential reunion, or not reunion, but whatever. Brady trying to convince him to come to the Raiders. Rappaport went out there and said the opposite. They just happened to run into each other, and it was nothing about what Schulz basically said. I'll pull it up so you have an idea of what we're talking about. Here it is. So this was Ian Rappaport, quote, tweeting Tom Pelissero, reached for a comment about an internet rumor that Tom Brady hosted Matthew Stafford on a recruiting visit in Montana. Brady's longtime agent, Don Yee, told me, I know that reporters sometimes make mistakes in their haste, but this story is inaccurate. Ian Rappaport responds, Tom Brady and Stafford, like many other high-profile people, both own houses in the same ski community. So it wasn't anything more than that. And this was Ian Rappaport directly responding. Raiders minority owner Tom Brady and Rams Matthew Stafford ran into each other at a ski resort in Montana. The meeting, unplanned, was not extensive or in-depth and did not include Brady hosting or recruiting Stafford, despite reports saying otherwise. So this is responding to Jordan Schultz's report of this. Sources, Raiders Tom Brady hosted Stafford at his home where they spent time together and went skiing. Brady has been actively trying to convince Stafford to join the Raiders, and discussions are ongoing. Several teams are interested in Stafford. If the Rams decide to move on, Vegas believed to be the most aggressive suitor. And then that's when Rappaport said that. And then after Rappaport called him out, Jordan Schulz doubled down and responded, if you really think Tom Brady and Stafford just happened to run into each other at a ski resort in Montana, of all places, at the exact same time, I've got a bridge to sell you. They were together over the weekend. It happened. Multiple teams are interested in Stafford, and Brady has been leading the charge to get him to the Raiders if the Rams decide to trade him. And that's when Rappaport's like, yeah, they happen to live in the same exact community. So it's insider beef right now. That's what JT's talking about.
Yeah, they happen to live inside the same community. That was his response.
Yeah.
It ain't no insider beef. I guess I feel like what's his name? Schultz is the one that's speculating.
Yeah.
I think
and the funny thing is Schultz is a Fox reporter and Tom Brady is employed by Fox as well. So it's like, hey, bro, why are you like that's you're in the same company.
You better be careful.
I know, man. Be careful. Brady has a lot of pull in Fox now, so you better watch out.
And here's the thing.
I don't think there's any tampering here. And the reason why, the Rams granted Stafford and his camp to go out there and explore and talk. So that's why this isn't tampering, if this was the case, by the way.
Listen, Brady's gotten in trouble for this already. Well, technically, Brady didn't get in trouble. The Dolphins did. Nothing, as I think about it, did anything ever happen to Brady?
No, he just got suspended for other things.
Wow. We lose a first-round pick and money, and nothing happened to Brady, the guy who participated in meeting with the owner. That's crazy, man. That's crazy work, man. But you know what? It is what it is. I wouldn't be surprised if he, chopped it up with Stafford. But again, they did give him permission. So to me, it doesn't even matter. But they gave him permission when? Yesterday or the day before?
Yeah, last week or whatever it was.
Yeah, so I don't know the time frame if he had already had permission or not. But listen, I don't, you know what? I don't even like that whole rule. I think everybody should be able to talk.
Well, if you're under contract, TD, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I think you still should be able to talk, as long as you're not affecting the current contract. But I get it, though. I get it. You don't want anybody like tanking their way out or sabotaging.
Yeah.
What happened?
Adam Schefter just tweeted this just now about Abdul Carter. Doctors told Abdul Carter that after further scans on his right foot surgery is not advisable. Carter will work out at his March 28 pro day at Penn State. I couldn't be more confident that this will be a non-factor where he's drafted. Carter's agent, Drew Rosenhaus, said today he will put on a show at his pro day. This is the latest.
Hey, pro day it is. We'll see what it is there. Pro day will tell us what we need to know. Is he favoring it? Is it an issue? We'll know on pro day. It's that simple. And that's about a month from now or something. When is that?
That is March 28th. So, yeah, a month.
So a month from now. So you got a month to rest up on it or whatever. So, and listen, not for one moment. Now I'm going to act like Schulz. Not for one moment do I think a doctor gave a second opinion that, oh, you ain't going to need surgery. I think that, hey, we need you to go ahead and say he ain't going to need surgery. Like, so we can put this out there.
Well, and Jesse comes out here, going back to that Brady story. Our very own Jake Ellenbogen, who reported Aaron Donald was retiring 3 days prior to the announcement, did say Schultz's story was true. So our Rams creator, Jake, he is plugged in. I don't know, man. I trust Jake over all these reporters now.
Yeah,
man.
I trust Jake.
All right, now we know. Roundtable Sports Insider, Jake, with the news. Man, we gotta hire Jake as the insider for us, man.
Yeah.
He's plugged in. Shout out to Jake, man. He's killing it over there with the Rams. Had what's his name on the show? Andrew Whitworth.
I always think about the insiders, like, and this is pure speculation. So I'm not hating on nobody. I love all these guys. I love every single one of them. No, I really do. But when you think about it, Richie, what does it take to be an insider?
Connections.
Why? But with who?
Agents.
Agents and who?
Players.
And one more. General managers.
Yeah.
So
but usually I feel like the GMs are not the ones that are like.
Not typically, you're right, but some of them are connected to the point of, hey, I'll give you information when you're about to do it.
Someone affiliated with the organization usually.
But here's
my what it is too, though. Do you know what else these insiders have that people just don't know about? Money. They're paying for these scoops. They go into, like, for example, they'll go into the Miami Dolphins organization, find some random dude in the front office, and Ian Rappaport be like, hey, I'll give you, hypothetically, $25,000 if you just tell me all the inside stuff first. Like, that's something that happens behind the scenes that nobody knows about. To kind of get a one.
I feel like it's also this. They also spin stories the necessary way that organizations need them to.
If they're paying them.
Yeah, maybe, but here's the deal. Just like this Tom Brady thing. Say it is true. That only leads me to believe somebody hit you up and said, hey, we need you to present this way.
You mean Rappaport and that?
Yeah. You see what I mean? Because here's why, Richie. Why would Rap even defend what he was told? You go out, you tell people what you were told as an insider and leave it be. Somebody has a conflicted story. Who are you to fight? You're getting secondhand information. You don't know if what you're getting is true or not, but for you to go to the lengths of defending it, no, this is what happened. Like now like it's something weird about that to me. I just feel like it's like sometimes they also, to keep in good graces and to keep getting inside information, sometimes we need you to, hey, this is out there. We need you to spin it this way. We need this to die down. We need it to be presented like this. You know, the true representation gonna come out, but we need you out of all people to present it in such a way. And I think that's the trade-off sometimes too.
Yeah, I agree. There's a lot of things in the insider world and the reporter world and the rumor mill that goes on behind.
You really know what's going on, but sometimes you can't.
Yeah. And I think there's also, agendas that gets pushed for reasons that are selfish.
Because when you think about it, Richie, if it wasn't something that was like regulated deep down inside, the NFL would have been all on this investigating it, because you got leaks that are giving information of organizations that do you see what I'm saying? I don't think the NFL would actually tolerate it, but when you look at it, it's almost like some of these guys are working with the NFL, like literally the actual league, the actual shield.
The shield, man.
Yeah, so these guys are also there to spin things too sometimes if it gets nasty.
Yeah, I agree.
So
we do have some breaking news that you will like.
Let's go, man. What's going to give me a Super Bowl? Let's go. What we did.
Malaki Starks says that he met with
teams. I saw that.
Raiders, Panthers, Dolphins, Bucks. Future Dolphin or what?
Well, did you hear his interview? He also said that he grew up a Dolphins fan. It was a dream of his.
I did not know that.
And and everybody laughed at me at our first mock draft. Richie, do you remember who I selected?
You didn't get Starks.
Our first mock draft? You forgot?
You did?
Yes, and everybody laughed. Oh, what do you mean? And I said, Mike McDaniel said he'll draft the edge every year, and this is the type of guy that Miami could use. You need to go back to our first mock draft. When did we do it? Monday? We did one Monday, right?
Yeah. I thought Starks went before you.
No, I selected Malaki Starks. No, not Starks. I'm talking about, wait, go back. Who were you just showing?
Malaki Starks?
Is that what Malaki Starks said?
Yeah, he met with those guys, those teams.
Oh, no. I'm talking about the wrong player then. I was talking about what's his name? The defensive end. Man, now I'm running a blank. That I drafted in our first mock draft.
Mike Green.
No. Now you got me running a blank now. I'm tripping. I'll find it. Yeah, but this is the second player, because the Miami Dolphins met with Malaki Starks. I didn't know that then. I thought this was the other player.
I was jumping the gun. Yeah, we just found that out.
Hold on. Let me see. I'll be able to show you. I'll show you in just a moment. If you go, I think it's who was it? I'm tripping. I'm running a blank on the player name. I keep tripping with these names lately. It's like Steve. It's an S. It's an S. I'm running a blank. Yeah. Yes. He did an interview. He did the interview, say it was a dream of him to be a Dolphin. And he has met with the team. And I picked him in our first mock draft on Monday. And everybody, oh my gosh, why would you pick him? Man, first of all, he wants to be a Dolphin.
That's a Roundtable Sports legend right there. Dan Mitchell interviewed him at the Senior Bowl. It was hilarious to see Shamar Stewart next to Dan Mitchell.
Yeah, man. Listen, we might be going defense in the first round.
Yeah, and then Tua sitting there. It's like, hey, what about me?
We're gonna address that in free agency. That's what I keep trying to explain.
Yeah. Sure thing there, Mr. TD Fins Talk, right? We got a lot of things to figure out here. We'll see, man. I'm trying to see what else is there to talk about regarding the combine. Oh, look at Abdul Carter's CTD. This is where you got to get cultured, bro. You don't even know what this is from.
Yeah, let's see. Is that from I would think that's like Dragon Ball Z.
No.
Goku in a hyperbolic chamber waiting to get out, get that freezer.
Chat, does anyone know what that's from? Chat, somebody. I'll give you another hint. I'll show you a clip that someone commented in the.
Is it Marvel?
No, I'll give it away if I do that. Anybody in the chat knows
Batman?
I'll give you a hint.
Me snoring?
Darth Vader, man.
Oh, okay, I guess.
Who's Darth Vader from?
That's one of those out of space ones. Star Wars, one of them. Yeah.
Man, you gotta watch Star Wars, bro. It's Anakin getting healed up. Darth Vader, that's what he's saying, man. He's in the chamber getting healed. Because Anakin Skywalker got burnt alive. He got sliced to pieces, but then he's half machine.
Yes.
Come on, bro.
Like I said, I guess.
Well, that's what he's referring to. He's Anakin right now. He's in the chamber. He's healing up. It's good. Shout out to the chat. They know they're cultured. My boy Howard knows. Chris, you're close. Not Boba Fett. Arnar knows. Howard knows it's Vader. Star Wars, baby. May the Force be with you, TD.
Oh, boy. Well, hey, he better heal up and show because that number one pick is on the line. And you better do something. There you go. I put it in there, Richie. This is when we were doing the mock draft Monday, and it was my turn. Dolphins on the clock.
Shamar Stewart.
I picked him, and he was he did an interview yesterday at the combine talking about, it's like a dream of his. And I selected him. Everybody was like, what is TD doing? The Dolphins interviewed him. So that's why it shocked me, Richie, when you brought up Malaki Starks. It automatically hit me Shamar Stewart because I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know that he did. I just thought that's what you were talking about, the Shamar Stewart interview. So both of them.
You like that news?
Yeah, I like it. I like both players. I'll take both players.
Good. You can't get both. One or the other.
Well, you don't know that. You don't know that, Richard.
No, I do know that. You have one first-round pick.
Drafts can end up very interesting.
Come on, bro. Well, what else is there to talk about, man? There's so much, TD. Come on. Help us out.
Listen, I'm in my mock draft mode, so that's what I've been doing a lot of, just getting and it helps you learn players even better. When the show starts at 8:30. TD at 8:32 when the show starts at 8:30.
I'm trying to figure out what's going on, what to talk about. There's a lot. We got to make people engaged, bro. Engaged. Look at our boy Dose of Dion out there grinding. Grinding out there.
I see. Hi.
Who's that?
Baby girl. She came to say hi this morning. Well, not really. Say hi. Say hi.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Well, bye then.
What is she up to?
Running around. The wife just brought her upstairs. And now she's destroying my office.
How's your office coming along? You like it?
Yeah, it's coming along. I've kind of paused on it. I got some stuff that has to come in and stuff, so few at a time. So I said, you also picked Dylan Gabriel last night, TD. I was having fun. I didn't. I ain't picked Dylan Gabriel. I picked Jackson Dart last night. See,
Yeah.
Couldn't even remember.
Lascelles was laughing at you for saying Larry Bird was the career leader in rebounds for the Celtics.
It was a joke. Like, come
Laughing
on.
at you.
It
Laughing at you.
It was Rajon Rondo. I know that.
You wish, man. Who do you have?
Hey, John, I was impressed last night.
What?
Oh, I was impressed last night, too. Josh Hart out there grabbing them boards. He had like 17 or 19 or something.
That's what he does, man. He's the best rebounder.
All right, I'm sorry. I don't even know why I brought Knicks up. See, Richie?
Hey, no, I'm serious. Josh Hart is the best rebounder of all time that is 6'4" or shorter. I'll put
Rajon Rondo.
No.
All them triple doubles with rebounds in them.
I guarantee you, Josh Hart averages more rebounds per game than Rajon Rondo. You talking about rebounding? There's nobody in the league that rebounds like Josh Hart at that size. It's unbelievable. It really is.
I get it. Makes sense.
Any update on Mitchell Robinson for the Knicks? Mitchell Robinson is expected to be back tomorrow night in limited minutes. It's not official yet, but that's when you can expect big Mitchell Robinson to return, which is exciting time. Woo, let's go, baby. Big Mitch. I always like to call Mitch my twin, my long-lost twin. We were both born on the same exact day, same exact year. We're the same age.
No more Knicks, man.
You brought up Josh Hart.
They're not going to win championships.
Come on, man. You're scared. All right, folks. That's really going to wrap this up. Anything else you want to say, TD?
That's pretty much it, man. We'll get into it some more. I know you'll be back on Monday. Y'all continue to stay tuned. And
before we end the stream, though, we do have a giveaway to announce.
Oh, yes. That's it. Did you have the winner?
I don't know. What do you think?
Yes, let's get it.
All right, folks. So we've been announcing a giveaway, a chance to win a Wake Up and Ball mug of your choice. All right. So let's get into it and talk about who is going to win the giveaway. All right. So we did a random. All right. We did a random. How many are we giving away? 1 or 2 mugs?
2.
2 mugs. Two. Hopefully the winner is watching. All right. So the winner of the giveaway, we put it in a random. We had a lot of people comment of who's going to win. Hennessy Heisman was the first one to the giveaway. Shout out to Hennessy Heisman. All right. He wins the first mug. Are you watching? I don't see Henny in the chat. We're going to have to reach out to him and tell him that he won. That's a big time get for Henny. He wakes up and balls with us all the time. And then last but not least, the final winner is Eric Bonilla. Eric Bonilla. However you say the last name. Eric, you have won the second mug. Eric, are you in the chat right now? Let us know. We appreciate you guys supporting. We want to give back. We want to give back to you guys. Eric, congratulations. And Hennessy Heisman, congratulations. You just got to Wake Up and Ball mugs. How about that?
Yes. Say congratulations. No.
How do we get in contact with them? I don't think they're live watching right now, though.
All they have to do is DM us on Twitter, Instagram, or one of the platforms, or email us so we can get your information and make sure we send it out to you guys.
Absolutely. We got to reach out to them, man. I'm going to respond to them now that they won so they see.
Nice. Congratulations. Hi. Tickle.
Just quickly reaching out to the winners. All right. So that's going to wrap up the huddle. Sorry. But before we do, I did want to show you guys some odds on BetUS because Jalen Brunson is the front runner to win Clutch Player of the Year on BetUS. He's at plus 135, which is the front running odds to win Clutch Player of the Year, which is awesome. So go check out BetUS for all your daily betting that you guys can do. Go check it out, folks. We love you. Big shout out to BetUS for sponsoring the show. Go YouTube 150 to sign up as always. We're out of here.
Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace. We are out.